Hello, my name's David Isham. I'm the owner and founder of NRS in Decatur, Texas, and we are sitting at what we refer to as NRS Ranch, and this is actually my home place. I live right across the pasture. It's the piece of land that our family has accumulated for the last 46 years. My family moved to Decatur when I was 10 years old, wanting to get us out of the bigger towns and get to a smaller town with smaller schools and have a little piece of land, and so that's what we did. I was a very active roper in what was kind of the beginning days of this really huge growth in the sport of rodeo and team roping. And so I was kind of in it at the beginning, and it was kind of my passion, and so our product mix quickly kind of evolved to have everything for that modern day competitive cowboy. And I was doing business as David's Western Store in Decatur because everybody knew me here, and I was David and gone to high school here, and so that made a lot of sense. But I knew that, kind of nationally that name didn't give a good perspective of necessarily everything we had. And so I knew I needed this name that, when one of these cowboys across the country would see that name, they'd go, I bet they have it. And so that's when I came up with the NRS, which actually stands for National Roper Supply. Bring it all around to Harvest Host. I'm just always in search personally of an epic adventure and traveling across the country, and just heard about Harvest Host and thought, man, that would be, our ranch is a great place for Harvest Host people to come and stay. And just sign up process was just incredibly easy. You could just sit there and do it right on your phone. And I thought, man, I would be more than happy for people to kind of boondock here on the ranch, but I also knew I had hookups and I had plenty of area to, for big rigs to get around and park, and that it was a nice place right off of the highway that is just the highway to the north and west out of Texas, and just believed that it would be a great place for Harvest Host members. And that's kind of what's happened. We've signed up, I don't know, it was at some point early last fall, and man, just instantly people started contacting me and coming to stay here, and now we probably are averaging at least 10 Harvest Host guests a week now here, I think. It's a brilliant idea. It's that the Harvest Host member pays the fee to have access to all of these places that they could stay, in theory, for free, if they, then with some kind of, expectation that they will, visit that company's business. And I love that concept, because people generally, they love doing business with people they know, and that's the way the world works. And I'm fortunate that our business has plenty of customers and is successful, and so to me it's not about, to me, making sure a Harvest Host member buys something from me. And so I have absolutely no idea how many of the Harvest Host members have actually bought something from me in the store. Now, I've communicated with a bunch of them that are just so excited because they just got a pair of boots, or they got a cowboy hat, or they were so surprised. Even if you're not Western, our store is loaded with what we call hidden treasures. They're just things you would never expect to see in a Western store. And so we are a very modern store for the modern arena athlete cowboy. I've not had a single negative experience. I think that's a testament to the platform itself, because you become a member under this premise that you're invited to these places for free, and with this expectation that you just give consideration to that place, that you just attempt to see what they do and meet them. The people that are members of Harvest Host have a tremendous appreciation for somebody allowing them to stay on their place, at their home, or on their business, because they understand, they have an appreciation for how difficult it is for them to work their way across the nation and find a nice, safe place to stay. And so they're so appreciative and thankful that they just, my experience has been that they just go out of their way, to not be a burden, or, if anything, they're most worried about exactly where they're going to park and, just what are the rules. And we're a very low rule cut type place. We want people to kind of come in here and, man, it's just, and really enjoy the ranch and just, make yourself at home. And so, as a result of the kind of members that Harvest Host has, there's no negatives. So they're great people. I simply signed up and started communicating with Harvest Host members, and they started coming, and it's been a great experience. There are just thousands of cool little businesses and places that need to know about Harvest Host. There's people that own businesses, they're all about having people come be there, and nobody, generally speaking, nobody minds, if you're staying behind the shop tonight or if you're in their big parking lot or anything like that. I just think it's an incredible business model for Harvest Host, and because it's such a valuable service, and there are so many interesting places from, whether it be farms in rural areas to like the wineries that I think are popular, to golf courses, to just unique little businesses across the nation that would be more than happy to have people. It just creates this. America is a great place full of wonderful people who have a huge desire to help the fellow traveler. People are wonderful, kind, willing to help, and love to get to know people as they pass through.